on our way to Greenpoint City. Take my hand and see the mountains never look so pretty. Travel light, see the world bright. You'll never know if you'll never go. So run away with me. Stroll the downtown streets and run away from GPD.
Hello and welcome to GLN Let's Talk, episode 4 of season 1. I'm your host, Baseballer here, and we are with guest Fiery Lionfish. I hope I said that name right, but how are you doing today, Mr. Fish?
Well, uh, like I said, I just got up, so I'm looking forward to a productive day. Try to see if I can hop in game and do a shift patrol, maybe some promotions, who knows?
Alright, and you want to do a shift patrol, and what department would that be for? Would that be for DHS?
Yes, it would be for the Department of Homeland Security.
Okay. And with the Department of Homeland Security, how about you tell us when you started working there and how you got up to second in command there?
Well, I can't tell you the exact date, but I know it was sometime within 2021. I started as an agent, ranked up to sergeant from a promotional shift, and let me be honest, I applied for captain 3 times before I actually got accepted because I was just a fresh member back then. So, after my third attempt at applying for captain, I got to spend, I'd say, 2 months as a captain and then 2 to 3 months as a captain, and then police released the director application. So, I took my shot. I applied. I didn't get it, but Overhand got it. I reached out to him and I was telling him, well, this doesn't make sense, so I'd suggest this be changed. So overall, all I did was really suggest some things, and he says, "Oh well, I like your style." And then next thing I know, I get a DM from police saying, "If an assistant department head position were to arise, would you take it?" And I said, "Of course." And then there you have it, me passing 1 year as assistant director.
Alright, and you said passing. When did you start as the assistant director?
The exact date.
Well, you can just give a brief estimate if you don't know it off the top of your head.
Uh, I'd say April. Yeah, April. April 18th is when I did the 1 year announcement in public announcements for DHS.
Alright, and you're in a bunch of other departments, I know that. Uh, and so, out of those, which one would you say is your favorite and why?
Well, I'd have to say DHS is my favorite because at the end of the day, I'm in a position where I'm able to make everyone's experience better while still enjoying myself because I'm only here to ensure that our agents and prospective agents see that the department isn't just strictness and something that they don't want to get into. We're strict, yes. However, it's a place where everybody can come together and enjoy themselves. I'm not saying the other departments don't do that. I'm just saying specifically because I'm able to ensure that's done. DHS is my favorite.
Alright, and there's a lot of divisions within DHS. Um, for example, ESU, FPS, HSI, even FITF, which is under HSI. But out of all those four, which one would you say is your personal favorite? And then which one do you think is the most important to the Department of Homeland Security?
All right. So before I start, I just like to say that with the addition of the Secret Service team, we've decided to scrap the whole FPS idea, as it would contradict the use of Secret Service. However, my favorite division, well, honestly, I'd say ESU because when I got accepted as a captain, I worked alongside Navy and Trooper 8C and Bray. That was an ESU supervisor and an overhand actually. That was when overhand was a field chief. So he reached out to me. He's like, "Oh well, I've seen your tactical skills, so and so. would you like to be an ESU supervisor? So I was like, of course. He sent me the application. We had a one-on-one interview, and he's like, well, you're a good fit for the division. So, uh, personally, ESU holds a place in my heart because that's where I really got my starting leadership experience. And as it relates to the most important, uh, honestly, HSI has the potential to be the most important because the Department of Homeland Security, we're a federal department that should be focused on investigations. So if we have a whole division based on investigations, that's that's going to be that's got to be the most important, especially FITF. I'm not sure if I said that correctly. They go deeper into the investigation aspect. So at the end of the day, HSI would have to be the most important.
Right, and FITF is a fairly new subdivision. Would you like to explain what exactly they do, since a lot of people may not know what they do?
All right. Well, the Felony Intelligence Task Force, they're basically tasked with doing various investigations across the whole city of Greenpoint. What this means is they look at specific things. I'd have to grab the list of investigations that they are allowed, well, not necessarily allowed to, but their leader or their head, rather, has allowed them to do standby. So yeah, they are able to investigate bank robberies, and that's in regards to high priorities, hostage situations, kidnappings, homicides, and a lot more. So what this means is they're an organized group of individuals with a set limit to what they can investigate. So at the same time, it's productive as it shows that, well, we won't just investigate this for the sake of it. We have specific things that are on our specific radar, and if we investigate that, then the whole unit is what's the word? Living up to its use, its purpose.
All right, and do you personally ever see FITF becoming a main subdivision, just a main division? Because currently it's a subdivision of HSI. Do you ever see it just becoming a division itself? And when I'm going around in Greenpoint, I see HSI mostly on homicides. Do they have like case files? And if they do they release it to the public, or do they just internal investigation, stuff like that?
All right, so as it relates to FITF becoming a whole division, I'm not at liberty to say right now because FITF and HSI technically deal with the investigation aspect of things. So uh, I have to speak with other members of DoD before I can even comment on that. As it relate, what was the second question?
The second question was, how do they like keep track of their information? Do they have like case files and stuff like that?
All right, so to my knowledge as of now, yes, they have an HSI investigation logs channel which is pretty active. As it relates to if it's released to the public, no. It should be, and that's something that I will suggest to the head of HSI because that's actually a good suggestion. Because if we investigate things, the public has a right to know. Therefore, we should forward it to them.
All right, and a few more questions here. For DHS, there is an air unit, but I know a lot of people haven't seen air unit active or have just not seen it around. Is that on hold for the moment, or is it just not running?
Could you repeat the question?
Yes. So DHS has a air unit, correct? And
Yes,
all
we do.
right, and not a lot of people see it going around Greenpoint. Is this just because it's not needed, or is it because there just isn't enough people for the air division.
All right, so mainly I've decided because I'm the person in charge of doing the trials, I've decided to keep that a rare occurrence. So if I do it one time, we get a batch of agents into the division, and then after a while, I give them some room to see if they actually are active. If not, then I'd actually do a next certification, if that makes any sense. So the certification is done based on the demand, and of course, they're not being seen as much. Therefore, a certification training is desperately in need.
All right, and we're just gonna switch departments here. Over at the Borders Custom Patrol, I believe it is. You're a executive board officer, and would you like to tell us what that enlists with for the Department of Border Patrol and Customs?
Alright, so as of now, the team isn't out. However, I'm tasked with being a part of the support team and the employment services, which means I mark applications. Uh, my tasks follow the same task as any high command member within a department. I'm supposed to actively patrol, do trainings as a certified instructor, mark applications, and just overall supervise the running of the department and assist the department leadership in running the department.
All right, and that leads me to my final question for you. You've been in leadership positions in a lot of departments, including GLN, GDoc,
Right.
DHS, and that's just me naming them off my head. I'm sure there's more of them, but
There's one.
out of all of them, which one would you say you've enjoyed the most, and which one you would like to, um, just like to, if you had to, would like to be in that department again
As high command,
as high command?
well, like I said, for my favorite department, the department that I enjoy the most would have to be DHS. We have a wide variety of cars, therefore, we were able to do various operations or to just drive around regularly. We have our MCC or Bearcat, and that's under the ESU division. Therefore, when things get rough, we have a specific fleet to assist the demand for our jobs. Therefore, it has to be my favorite, or in order, or how can I say this? Either my favorite or the most fun department for me. Uh, as it relates to which one I'd go back to as high command. Uh, Honestly, I enjoyed my time at GLN back when we had the charger, the yellow charger,
Hmm.
and I was able to go around and actually write stories that made sense. But now, the current leadership of GLN seems to have that unlocked, so I'm not sure if I'd actually return as high command.
All right. Well, I just want to thank you for taking your time out of your day to come meet with me and for GLN Let's Talk. This has been your host, Baseballer here, and this is season 1, episode 4. Next a week, we will have another episode, and of course, same time. And yeah, thank you, Mr. Fury Lion Fish, for coming out, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.
Thank you, you too.
On away with me, we're on our way to Greenpoint City. Take